Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Uh, wow, what time is it? My goodness, it's like 10 o'clock in the evening. So how come I came so late? Well, I'll tell you. Let me get my water. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, so I live in the valley, which is like 1 hour north of Anchorage. And I went to Anchorage to buy brand new laptop because this laptop right here is like 5 years old, something like that. Okay, and it's working fine, but when it comes to internet, the disk usage 100%, I cannot get rid of it. Okay, so when it uses the internet, so I decided to buy a new laptop, and I did, and I had dinner all by myself, nice restaurant in Anchorage, and then I came back. And it's like 10 o'clock now. Yeah. So it's not the brand new laptop computer. It's nothing fancy. It's just about 500 gigabyte of disk space, which is same as this computer. But when it comes to memory space, this computer has 4 gigabyte, and the new laptop has about 8 gigabyte memory. And yeah, it's yeah. I had to buy, and I did not want to, but because I need to upload this humanology series to Google YouTube, right? But when I do it with this computer, disk usage 100%, I just cannot get rid of it. Okay, but this computer is working fine, other than the internet, right? Yeah. So how much was my brand new computer? Less than $1,000. Okay, so yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's so I'll keep using this computer, but not for the internet though. I'll use this for some other softwares, that I already installed. So yeah, that new computer it will be just for internet. Yeah, also filming this and then uploading to Google YouTube. Yeah, that's the only use for that computer, I think. Of course, entertainment like YouTube video to hook up into big screen TV. So yeah, I'm sorry if I've been absent for a couple of days. It's because of the yeah, because if disk usage is like 100% of the time, I've read it can damage the disk, and I couldn't risk that. So for last couple of days I did not upload anything. Uh, yeah, and uh, but that should be fine, right? Because so many past humanology episodes, probably you haven't seen any of that. Why? Because yeah, I see a lot of zeros there. So yeah, even if I don't upload any brand new humanology series, there are plenty to watch, right? Yeah. So yeah. So it's been a long time since I've been to Anchorage, and I also been to Anchorage restaurant. I was surprised that they opened up the dining facility. Not all of them though, but some of them were open. So, yeah, I went to diner. I mean, the restaurant, and it was very good. Because out here in the valley, some restaurants, yes, closed the dining facility, but some others, I don't think they ever closed. Even the dining area, okay? I don't think so. Maybe for a brief period of time. I guess so. Yeah, I guess for a brief period of time. Yeah, I guess there was time where even in the valley, the dining area were closed. I think. I think. Well, typically I don't dine out, so I don't know. Okay, but I think there was a brief period. I think. Okay. Yeah, I think so. But Anchorage is a great city. I love Anchorage, and it's just politicians. Anchorage politics is because it's a big city. They tend to be more liberal, right? Yeah, that I don't like. But Other than that, Anchorage is a beautiful city. I like Anchorage, and well, out in the valley is more sparsely populated, so population density is very low. I mean, compared to other big cities. Okay, so yeah, that's why we don't really have uh, problems with COVID-19 or whatever. Okay, so yeah, yeah, I was very happy with this brand new laptop. I didn't even open it yet. Probably tomorrow. I open it up and put it right here. And what when it comes to all the humanology series that I have not uploaded yet, they're still living inside of this computer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to copy and paste to or cut and paste to external hard drive, and then move to the brand new computer, and then start uploading. So yeah, there is some manual labor there, right? We are digital labor, just click, 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 right? Yeah. That's why I did not want to buy a new computer. Okay, but I don't think I need to install brand new software that's in this computer and kind of re-download to the new computer. I don't think so. Why? Because I still be using this computer for the software I have downloaded, right? Yeah, yeah, like Open Office and whatnot, right? Yeah, it's all in here. I keep using this computer. Yeah, so even some labor, but shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. So, happy Friday evening. Happy Friday, and I came up with an interesting sentence because I'm kind of writer, So, came up with an interesting sentence. How about this? How about you tell me? Can you come up with some interesting sounding sentence? We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? Yeah. Let's share it, okay? Okay. Oh. Mm. All right. Okay, how about this? So have you come up with an interesting sentence? Yeah, tell me. I'll give you a minute. So this episode could be the last episode I filmed it with this computer. I don't know yet. Yeah, the new computer tomorrow. Yeah, I have to open the box and I'm not looking forward to that. So I may do a couple more episodes here in with this computer. Okay, so yeah. Okay, interesting sentence. I'm a strange man. I'm a strange man who says strange things to strange people. You can't self-deprecating joke, okay? Just kidding. I just thought it's interesting. I'm not saying you're a strange person. No. The who are strange people that I say strange things to, they don't exist, okay? I thought it's an interesting things to say. That's all. Okay. That's all it is. No, you're not a strange person. I am. That's for sure, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of in a vacation mode from all this writing. So because tomorrow I have to get that brand new laptop set up and stuff, and the Wi-Fi or my house router password. I hope I remember that. I kind of have some guesses. I mean, it's been such a long time. I hope I remember the password for the Wi-Fi in this house. Oh boy. That's why I didn't want to buy this brand new computer. Okay, so what did I eat in the restaurant in Anchorage? It was Arctic cod fish and chips. Because when I go to restaurant, I typically eat fish because otherwise I don't eat fish very much. Okay, so and it was very good. Arctic cod. Ooh. It's Arctic cod, so it's very firm muscle, this firm texture, right? It was good. Oh, I really like that. So, have you ever gone to a restaurant by yourself on a Friday night? I have. Yeah, every now and then I do that stuff. Have you been to in a movie theater by yourself? I have. Okay, because typically if I go to a restaurant or movie theater, yeah, I go there by myself. Have you ever traveled alone? I have. That's how I normally travel. I'm kind of solitary guy. So I went to this restaurant by myself, but it was nice because I got my brand new laptop. I'm having this amazing Arctic cod fish and chips. Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was nice. So no, it's not depressing at all. Not to me. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Because I like being alone. Yeah, I like company too, but I also like being alone. So yeah, I enjoy solitude. Some people are like that, right? Yeah. I cannot speak for women. Okay, women tend to be more social than men, right? In general. Yeah. So some of us guys are like that, right? We're just comfortable being alone. Do I feel lonely ever? Not really. I don't really feel loneliness. Okay. I get bored sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, one thing in humanology, okay, there are type of people uh, who make a lot of interesting, who have a lot of interesting ideas, very extraordinarily entertaining ideas. They could be musicians, comedians, actors, or writers. Okay, uh, yeah, but some of them die early. some of them commit suicide, or some of them die from drug overdose, or people like James Dean, yeah, adrenaline rush, this racing car drove too fast, racetrack, whatever, right? So why does that it happen that way? Because some people, they can produce amazing entertainment, okay, and they're kind of used to that kind of amazing entertainment, like high level of pleasure. So they tend to get bored a lot easier and more frequently than other people. Okay, because that's high entertainment. That's what they're used to. So they tend to get bored more easily than others. Okay, and yeah, like Kurt Cobain or Morrison, yeah, drug overdose or suicide, probably because they got too bored. So they got the money, power, fame, but they just, or Marilyn Monroe, right? Yeah, so they just don't know what to do with all this money and time, so they're bored. My recommendation: go back to school. They got money and time, right? They should have gone back to school and learn something new. That's what they should have done. Okay, or just read some books or learn something new, new foreign language or mathematics or whatever, science, history, whatever, right? So people like me, yeah, we produce good entertainment, very high quality entertainment, right? We tend to entertain a lot of people, right? But because we have had benefit of education, we don't get bored. Why? We know a lot of things. I mean, a couple of things that I do for fun, where I run, exercise like push up, sit up, and pull ups, and upside down shoulder push up, and lifting weights, and ground swimming, and when I run, I also jump, right? Yeah, and yeah, martial arts. I study foreign languages. Nowadays, I'm studying Russian. Okay. Yeah, and in my spare time, I write, study humanology and physics, mathematics. So I don't really get bored. The only problem I have, in the morning, to get up, to get out of bed, Monday through Friday. That's the only problem I have in my life. I do the weekends. Yeah, sometimes I get bored, right? Because riding, yeah, it gets boring too. So what do I do? Yeah, I go hiking. No problem. Or I go shopping, buy some nice fruits like melon, watermelon, or honeydew, whatever, right? Yeah, I know how to handle boredom. I read books. Every now and then, yeah, I go out on a dating, or hang out with my friends, or go to karaoke bar, or dance club, whatnot. Yeah, I know how to handle boredom. Hmm? Yeah. So the cure for boredom is education. Yeah, you gotta learn many different things, right? Like dancing, martial art, foreign language, all different diverse activities like exercise, cooking, right? Or yeah, this needle and thread, sewing. Yeah, I do that stuff still. When my button fall off or my old blanket got some holes, yeah, I do sewing. Hmm? Yeah. Depression, well, in humanology, there's no such a thing as depression, okay? It's boredom. Okay? There's no such a thing as depression, okay? So it's just boredom. Yeah, people should learn different things uh, because if I do only one thing, I get bored. I want to do something else. If I don't know anything else, well, then I should start learning something brand new. Okay, so yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's solution for problem of suicide and also drug use. Okay, it's about education. Right, we'll take 5 minutes break. Yeah, I mean social media helps. Yeah, yeah, I do social media daily. Yeah, my friends online. Okay, reading their posts, and I post some, I write something, and my friends read it. You know, like giving each other feedbacks, and oh, it really helps, right? Yeah. I think social media is good. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock right now. It's quite late. Yeah. So you may wonder, hey, aren't you a lawyer? Aren't you busy all the time? Well, the thing is, I work smarter, not harder. Okay, so yeah, I get jobs done way before the deadline. Okay, so I work smarter, not harder. Okay, so yeah, I'm not always busy. And sometimes it just being a lawyer is like any other job, right? Yeah, sometimes you're busy, but and also sometimes very stressful too. I go through things that anybody go through in their workplaces. Jobs, their jobs, it's all the same. Yeah, so yeah. So I talked to my parents a couple of days ago. Okay, and I sent my parents and siblings. I sent them my bathroom selfies, right? Uh, and my parents told me that it's time for me to have some haircut. But the thing is, I mean, if I go to barber shop, I mean, if they cut all my hair off, then I have nothing left to work with. Yeah, to cover my balding spot. Okay, so I like long hair. Okay, but my parents they're like old school, right? So uh, they want guys to have shorter hair, right? Yeah, I understand that, but what they don't understand is I don't like exposing my balding hair. Okay, like here, I want to cover it up. Okay, yeah, President Trump cartoon series is very inspiring, and I'm a lot worse than President Trump in terms of hairstyle. Biggest cover up of the day. Yeah. What else? So tomorrow, yeah, hey, setting up brand new laptop and transferring data from this computer to that computer. I don't look forward to that, okay, but yeah, it has to be done. Okay. Because this computer is quite old. It's like 5 years old, I think. So before this computer gets dysfunctional, I have to transfer all the data to that computer, right? Eesh. I don't look forward to that. Oh boy. Yeah, just copy and paste to external hard drive and then copy and paste to that computer. Oh boy. Ugh. There's so many folders in this computer. Okay, so the kind of data that I don't lose, right? So yeah. All right, let me turn off the heater. It's quite warm now, so. Hey. Yeah. So why did I eat fish and chips? Well, yeah, they're fried, but I guess it's okay once in a while. And I would have ordered baked Arctic cod if they had one, but they didn't. They had baked salmon. But yeah, I had salmon quite recently, so this time, yeah, cod, right? So it was good. Yeah. And yeah, the chips, yeah, French fries. Yeah, it's kind of British lingo, I guess. They call it chips, not fries. But yeah, with ketchups and fried fish, tartar sauce. Oh, it was good. You wanna see the picture? Yeah, I can show you the picture. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah, yeah. Do you see a shot glass over there, empty? Yeah, I had a shot. It was bourbon. Okay, before I ate something. Okay, so yeah, it was good. And in the parking lot, some nice tree. Right, they have some lighting below the trees. So wait a minute, one photo is missing. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Somehow it got moved to some different folder. So here's the empty plate after I ate all those things. Right? Yeah. 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 It was nice. It was very nice. Yeah. I was just glad the restaurants in Anchorage, some of them finally opened up their dining area. Yeah. That was nice. Because the last time I had been to a restaurant in Anchorage was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that, when I was still doing this political campaigning. You know. Hmm. What else? I mean, some. Okay, so if you watch that President Trump's town hall meeting, some people question him like, when was the last time he tested negative? Okay, they're kind of wondering. I mean, did he know that he had COVID-19 before he went on to debate with VP Biden? So yeah, some people are wondering about that, right? I guess there's some speculation out there. President Trump, I mean, did he knew that he had COVID-19 and went to the stage right next to, I'm not right next to, but the same stage with Biden, kind of endangering VP Biden's health. Okay, I guess there's some speculation out there, something like that, but uh, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he's that bad. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, Americans have some wild imagination. Come, Americans have wild imagination. Yeah, I think it's kind of good that they canceled the debate, the second debate, because President Trump is kind of like, yeah, doctor says he no longer has COVID-19, but still, VP Biden is a very aged man, so he's kind of in a risk group, right? More vulnerable group. So probably it's not safe, right? Yeah. To have them in the same stage. So it's good that they canceled, right? But the third debate has not been canceled yet. They will be next Thursday, right? Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully they have some glass blocks so that VP Biden stays safe from uh, President Trump's potential COVID-19 virus, because he may, who knows, he may still have it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm against masking because what happened, why there are so much violence in Middle East, because people are covering themselves up, so people cannot see, especially women. Okay, so when people don't see each other because they cover up with hijabs and burqas, they're not happy because people cannot see each other's beautiful faces and body figures. So when people are unhappy, they become angry and then they become violent. That's the cause of Middle Eastern violence and terrorism, in my opinion. Okay. So same thing already happened. Yeah, post COVID-19 BLM, post COVID BLM. Okay, it's not post Floyd BLM. Mr. George Floyd, they kind of, yeah, it's sad. We regret it happened, and we can do better, and we should, with some technological innovation, some safe electric gun, right? But it always happened. So why is it all of a sudden a big problem? It's because of COVID-19. People are unhappy, and they get angry easily, and they become violent. That's COVID-19. It's not Floyd, no, it's COVID. All right, so post-COVID BLM. Okay, so yeah, masking, people staying at home, people are unhappy. So masking, I'm 100% against it. Of course, if you have some flu or if you are sick, masking, yeah, is a good idea so that you don't spread the germs around, right? Yeah, but otherwise, I don't think it's necessary at all. I mean, it's up to the people, but what I don't like about VP Biden is that he's like too many mandatory stuff, like mandatory masking, mandatory that. That's not America. That's not democracy. That's dictatorship. Then there's fascism. There's socialism, communism. That's not America, and that's not democracy. It's fascism. It's dictatorship. Okay, that's why I would rather support President Trump. Although President Trump is not a perfect man, but VP Biden mandating mask to everybody in America, that is absolutely unacceptable. All right, so I cannot possibly support him, VP Biden. Okay, that guy, in my opinion, he mandating mask to everybody. Probably because he's old and he's scared. He don't wanna. He does not want to get COVID-19, right? He's risk group. He's aged man. So he's scared. So he doesn't want to die. So yeah, he want to mandate masking to everybody so that he can survive. Mm, I understand where he's coming from. Yeah, he's afraid. But that's not quite a leadership material, right? So I do not think he should become the next president, right? Yeah. If he does become next president of the United States, well, it would be a very big mistake committed by American voters. Okay, it would be a huge mistake. Because I don't know what's going to happen next if he becomes the president of the United States. Okay, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it won't be too bad. Okay, but I don't even want to imagine what would happen if he becomes president. Right? I mean, Kamala Harris, I like her and she's smart, but not wise. Yeah, the sense of judgment, she doesn't have one, in my opinion. She's smart, but I don't think she's wise. I don't think she has good judgment. Okay. President Trump, yeah, I mean he's not always correct. I don't always agree with him, but he got some good God instinct. I give him that, right? But VP Biden, him insisting on mandating masking to every single American, to me that kind of borders on senileness. Okay, to me that's borders on dementia, insanity due to old age. Okay, I think it's bordering on that when he said, yeah, mandatory masking to every single American. Okay, to me that's too extreme. Yeah, so I do not want to see him becoming next president. Okay, if he does, well, it's not gonna work because that's not America. Okay, so even if he tried to mandate masking to everybody in America, it won't work. So his policy will fail. Why? Because that's not how Americans are. Okay, maybe if it's some South Korea or some smaller countries who doesn't emphasize the virtual freedom and liberty nearly as much as America. If it's some France, Germany, those or even China or Russia, okay, it may work in those countries, okay, but it won't work in America. Like mandatory masking to every single American citizen, that's not gonna work because that's just not how America is and how Americans are. Okay, even if VP Biden get elected president, their policy is bound to fail. People are not going to do it. Okay. I mean, what's he going to do? Start arresting people for not wearing masks? Start charging people like fine, like $100? Huh? What's he going to do? Not going to work. So yeah, he's not being very smart on that account. Okay, and also yeah, the Green New Deal, right? No more fossil fuel, everything become electricity. Again, that is very ignorant idea. We'll take 5 minutes break and we'll talk about that. Okay, we'll take a break from physics because we've been working very hard on physics, right? Let's take a break from it. Okay. Yeah. And let's talk about politics instead. Yeah, physics. Nah, we'll do it later. We'll do politics instead, okay? Oh yeah, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. So, I'm a huge admirer of aged people. Because many of my friends are way older than me. Some of them are in their 90s, 80s, 70s, okay? Yeah. 60s, 50s, and on. Yeah, I'm a huge admirer of old people. I mean, not old people, seniors, okay? Aged people, mature people. Huge fan. Why? Because they have wisdom. And many of them have very sharp mind and they are fit, healthy. Yeah, a great admirer. I was very close to my grandparents, four of them. Okay, so I mean, my father's father passed away before I was born, but yeah, I heard a lot of stories about him from my paternal grandmother. Okay, yeah. So, but when it comes to VP Biden, he's busy, right? He's presidential candidate, so he doesn't think independently. What does he do? He just absorb Democratic Party agenda and just regurgitate it. That's not his own ideas. That's Democratic Party's ideas, right? He doesn't think. He doesn't have. It's not due to his age. Maybe it's just his personality. I don't think he's a leadership material, right? I think he's just, kind of have this retirees mentality. Don't get me wrong. A lot of retirees, they're very sharp mind and they're fantastic. Okay, so because many of them are my friends. Okay, and they do something very constructive. They do volunteerism and everything. Okay, great educators. Okay, but VP Biden is like he has this retirees mindset. He's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I just repeat what Democratic Party say, right? And yeah, with that Green New Deal kind of policy where you want to get rid of all this fossil fuel based energy source, replaced with electricity, ignorance, okay, scientific illiteracy. Because most electricity comes from fossil fuel, oil, gas, and yes, coal. That's how most electricity come from. Yes, some nuclear, some wind power, but that's compared to fossil fuel, that's like very minimal. All right, most electricity comes from fossil fuel. All right, so electric car, for example, it is less energy efficient than fossil fuel based cars. Why? Because you burn in the power station, you burn the fossil fuel and convert it to electricity, and then electricity comes from power station uh, to your house, and then you charge your car from the plug-in, right? So there's a lot of energy loss in that transition and between conversion from fossil fuel to electricity, and electricity traveling over the wire grid and then come to your house, and then from your house plug in to your car. A lot of energy loss there. So electric car is less fuel efficient than traditional gasoline based cars. Okay, some people know about this, but not many. I've seen some websites who actually say that. Okay, so in terms of, yeah, basically electric car or any electric based whatever, it burns more fossil fuel and it will leave more carbon footprint because it is less efficient. Because gasoline based car is directly from gasoline to engine, motor, kinetic energy. Okay, but electric car, you have fossil fuel, you convert it to electricity, and between that conversion between two forms of energy, there's huge energy loss. Okay, yeah, there's the third law of thermodynamics or something, maybe second law, I don't know. Well, second law is entropy, right? Yeah, so it has to do with thermodynamics law. Okay. They don't know that. Why? They didn't study physics. What did they study? What did Mr. Joe Biden major in? My guess is maybe political science. Nothing wrong with political science, okay, but they should have studied some physics, okay, but they didn't. Why? I guess it was not required. I kind of benefited from, yeah, mandatory education in South Korea and South Korea in general because we had to learn everything when we are up to high school. There was no choice of some class. No, we had to learn everything. I think that's a decent education policy. Okay. Yeah, actually, it worked for me. Maybe it won't work for America because American culture, Korean culture is different. Okay. Yes, there are goods and bads in both cultures. Okay, so yeah, so Mr. Biden, yeah, I don't think he's a good candidate, and because I've been listening to these radio shows, right, and conservative talks, okay, because yeah, I agree with what they say. Who's that? The first name of this Shapiro guy? I kind of like his broadcasting nowadays. What what's his first name? Shapiro. Yeah, he's a Jewish guy. He went to Harvard Law School and nowadays he's spending time in radio show. Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. Yeah, yeah. I didn't like his radio show at first because he just talked too fast. Nowadays, yeah, he still talk too fast, but his voice tonality it got smoothed over. He became more refined as a radio talk show host. So yeah, I was just driving during my lunch break and I listened to his show and I liked it. Yeah, I think he's doing good job. Yeah, of course he's smart. Yeah, I know. Never doubted that, but yeah, I really like Mark Levin. Mark Levin, okay. His fantastic voice and the way he talks, very entertaining. And also Mr. Jim Bohannon. Yeah, I called to his show once and he did take my call. For how long? A minute, I guess. This is national level, right? I like his show too. Yeah, Mr. Jim Bohannon. He's very mature, very calm, and very intellectual kind of talk show host. Yeah. And Mr. Is he Mark Levin? What's his first name? Yeah, Mark Levin. Okay. Yeah, he's also a Jewish guy, and he's a lawyer too. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, Ben Shapiro is also a lawyer too, and so they're both Jews, okay, and they make great products. Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, American Jews, they're both lawyers, okay. Yeah, Mark Levin, his show is more like passionate, right? Sometimes he like yells, screams, right? And that's very entertaining, okay? And he's very good voice. I like the way he talks, and he is more like passionate, like you know, he yells and screams, and that's very entertaining, okay? So, but Mr. Jim Bohannon, he's more like intellectual, more calm, more rational. But Mr. Mark Levin, very emotional, emotionally charged, okay? I like both shows, okay? So yeah, they're all conservative talk shows. Okay, so yeah, they are good. Because I was driving all the way to Anchorage 1 hour to buy this laptop, and I bought it, and also coming back 1 hour, right? So yeah, I listen to those radio talk shows. Okay, so they're a little bit concerned that President Trump might lose this election. Am I concerned? No. I think he might have a good chance of winning, President Trump. Okay. But even if VP Biden become elected, I don't think it will be too bad. Why? Because I mean, whoever becomes the president of the United States, I don't think it makes that much difference, unless if it, some exceptional people like you and me become the president of the United States or whatever your country. Okay, then yeah, we can make big difference. But between President Biden, I mean, Vice President Biden and President Trump, they are not the exceptional individuals. Okay, so I don't think they would make, neither of them make would that much difference, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, Vice President Joe Biden become President Biden, I don't think it'll be too bad. Okay, why? Because America is not run by President of the United States. America is run by Americans. Okay, so yeah, those political figures, they're more symbolic figures. Okay, it doesn't really make daily difference. Yeah, it's Supreme Court justices, they are whatever rulings or whatever happens in Washington D.C. White House, it doesn't make that much difference in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, America is not run by those elites. America is run by the rest of us. Okay, we are the ones that who run America in the background. Okay, so yeah, yeah. But I hope President Trump wins though. Okay, but I'm not gonna vote for him. I vote for myself because I'm also running. Okay, so. Yeah. What else? Well, it's like 11 o'clock right now. Okay, so we'll just wrap it up for tonight. Okay, because I'm kind of sleepy. Yeah, so next we can talk about difference between men and women, right? Women, I mean, there are exceptions, but we men, we tend to be more rational, analytical. Women, they tend to be more emotional and also intuitive. Yeah, it's good balance between male and female, right? Yeah. Intuition versus analysis, emotion versus rationality. It's good balance. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I think it's good to have one father and one mother. Okay. Yeah, I think it's better to have father and mother for the development of a child because men and women they're different. Right? Yeah. What else? I don't know. You know, I don't feel like going to bed because today is Friday, right? I don't want to just go to bed because tomorrow is Saturday. I don't have to wake up very early, right? So I want this Friday night to last a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm kind of getting sleepy though. Okay, but yeah, I did brush my teeth. Oh boy. All right, we'll take 5 minutes break, okay, and then we'll see what's what. Okay, so yeah. Oh, okay. There's some interesting news today in Alaska. Okay, so between this valley and Anchorage, Anchorage in the south, valley is 1 hour north of Anchorage. There's this highway. It's called Glen Highway. Okay, and in the news, I think it was like yesterday or something. Uh, there was an accident, but yeah, I mean, the person involved in this accident didn't get injured, so that's good news, right? But an animal died, a wild animal. Can you guess what animal that is? Oh my goodness, it's kind of funny. The person didn't get injured, okay, so but the animal died because this animal jumps into the highway, and the car hit that animal. The animal died. Can you guess what animal that is? I'll give you a minute, okay? So that's kind of funny. It was not a moose. Yeah, happens, okay? Yeah, Glen Highway, it could be very dangerous because there are moose. Have I ever hit a moose with my car? No. Have I hit a deer? Yes. Back in the days when I was in New York, I think, upstate New York. Yeah, I did hit a deer, but not like main body. I think it was its hind leg, and it hit my the light, front light. It didn't break though. Yeah, it just barely scratched, I guess. But I could see this deer hind legs oil on my the front light cover. No damage. Okay, so but I think it was yesterday morning. Okay, it was a grizzly. Okay, that was like in Anchorage. Yes, and between Anchorage and the valley, there's this mountain range. Yeah, there are grizzly there. So black bears, okay, brown bears, black bears, also lynx. All right, they're in that mountain. Okay, it was like from what I've read, like 400 pound female grizzly, and it died instantly. Okay, so yeah, these animals not very smart, right? They jump in the highway or road in this town. All right, I was driving my car. It was not a highway, but the speed limit in that road is like 45 mile per hour. Okay, so I was driving down, and there was this mother moose and calf, kind of young moose, jumping out of the forest and just crossing the road right in front of me. How far away was my car behind that moose crossing? Mother moose and not baby moose, but kind of young moose, calf. How far was my car behind that moose crossing? Maybe 20 feet or 30 feet, right? 3 feet is like 1 meter, right? So I have to kind of convert, okay? So about 20 feet, 30 feet, about. Yeah, of course, I instantly slow down because I don't go above speed limit. I don't, right? I just put in the what cruise mode, okay, at the speed limit, okay. So yeah, I mean, if I go downhill, yeah, it does go over speed limit sometimes by 1 or 2 mile per hour, but yeah, put on the brake and slow down, of course. But typically, yeah, I don't go over speed limit. Okay, so like 99% of the time. Yeah, so that moose, yeah, it was like 20, 30 feet in front of me. So I slow down. Okay, so that happens. Okay, so but I think it was yesterday morning. Okay, like 7:30 a.m. from what I read in the news. Okay, yeah, it was a highway, speed limit 65 miles per hour. So they're just bear, you know, crossing the highway. Okay. But these animals, they don't have this concept of waiting until these cars pass by and then cross. Animals do not have that kind of concept. Not very smart, okay? Not very smart. So the bear died, okay? And then of course, the person called 911, I guess, and then Alaska Wildlife, the agency came and took the bear. What do they do with the dead bear? They sell it. Okay, that's what I read. Okay, yeah, I mean they're not gonna put in a dumpster. No, bear fur, bear hide, they sell it. They're very very expensive and prized item, like bear rug. Yeah. How about bear meat? What do they do with the meat? That I don't know. They didn't say in the news. I would eat it. Okay, yeah. Hopefully they sell it too. I heard bear meat is very good. Okay, so I would love to try bear meat. I heard it's really good. Okay, so actually, different people say different things about bear meat. Okay, some people say it's really good. Some people say it's kind of fishy. I guess it depends on the season, right? If bear eats berries, I'm sure that's what they say. It tastes very good. But when after bear eat salmon, it kind of tastes like fishy and whatever. I would love to try bear meat. Okay, so some say grizzly bears are more greasy, and others say black bears are more greasy. I don't know. I never had bear meat. Okay, I don't think so. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I had because when I was working as a computer programmer, okay, in Alaska, some colleagues of mine said, "Hey, this is bear meat, burger patty." He brought it to some potluck party. Okay, I'm not sure he was telling the truth. Okay, maybe he was joking. I don't know. Yeah, we just taste like burger patty, beef patty. Okay, so I cannot tell whether it's real bear meat or not. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what else? I just don't want to go to bed. Okay, it's Friday night, right? I don't. Tomorrow, yeah, I can sleep all morning. Tomorrow is Saturday, and yeah, probably in the morning I unbox that brand new laptop and turn it on, let it do all this configuration by itself, and just leave it there, right? Yeah. Maybe on Sunday I will start transferring data from this laptop to the other laptop as a backup. Okay. I don't think this laptop would go bad. Why? Because the disk 100% usage only happens when I turn on the internet. Okay. If I don't use internet, this computer is doing perfectly fine, right? And this laptop is Dell, okay, very good computer. The brand new laptop, I think it's Hewlett Packard. I think so. I just looked at the price and the disk storage amount. I think it's Hewlett Packard. Okay, so yeah, I'd rather buy American product. Okay, so there's some other brands like Lenovo. Let me look up Lenovo. What country is that from? Taiwan, China, Japan. I think it's Taiwanese. I think. Let's go to Wikipedia. It is Chinese. Okay, based in Hong Kong. Okay, okay. Beijing, China. Yeah, I thought it was Taiwanese for some reason. Yeah, but it's close enough, right? How about Acer? Acer is Taiwanese. Okay. How about Asus? Taiwanese. Yeah, Taiwan, China, they make good electronics, right? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, they're good. So one thing I disagree with President Trump is that he's very hostile to other nations. He's very chauvinistic, like America only, America best, America. Yeah, and he doesn't like international trade. So that's what I disagree with him. But there's some good in there. Okay, he wants to provide some checks and balances against China. I mean, China is not a perfect country, just like America is not a perfect country. Okay, so but yeah, checks and balances to China, that's good. Yeah, it's actually better for China. Provide some checks and balances. Okay, because I've read on news article like China is kind of suppressing Mongolian culture, right? That's not good. Okay. Yeah, China also kind of invaded and incorporated Tibet. I didn't like that. Okay, I think Tibet is better off as an independent nation as opposed to part of China. Yeah, so yeah, China does do something wrong. Okay, yeah, but hey, no country is perfect, right? Yeah. America is not a perfect country. Look at us, right? Yeah. But President Trump's foreign policy is one of the worst in American history. Okay, all this trade war is a waste. It's bad for American economy. Okay, so because he doesn't quite understand economics. Okay, and so my erratum. Okay, I don't think he went to MBA in Pennsylvania. I think he just transferred from some college to University of Pennsylvania. I think he just majored in business, bachelor's level. That's what I. Yeah, but I thought somehow he went to MBA. I don't think he did. Well, let's look him up. Yeah, bachelor's of science. He never had MBA. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I thought he had MBA. It's just bachelor's of science in economics. He transferred from one school to another. To yeah, UPenn. Yeah, Wharton School, but he's not MBA. He's just bachelor of science in economics, not business. Okay, well, shame on him. He knows nothing about economics. Yeah, he does not have MBA. Okay, he majored in economics, but obviously he was not a good student. I guess he just graduated somehow. He does not understand what economics is. Okay, so, all right, but he got good sense of humor. He got good gut instinct, right? And to me, that's enough. It was enough for me in back in 2016 to vote for him. He got good gut instinct and good sense of humor. To me, that's good enough for me to vote for him. Okay, and I did 2016. Yeah, I don't regret having voted for him. Yeah, I did a couple of times regret it, having voted for him. Okay, but I mean, to 2016, his competitor, Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton, she's not funny. She does not have good gut instinct. She's a good-looking lady, but that's about it. Okay, so and then yeah, yeah, I agree with President Trump's criticism that she does not have good judgment. Right? I agree with him. So yeah, President Trump is quite smart man. Okay, and he got some wisdom too. Okay, he's not perfect. Okay, yeah, but I don't think it's too bad. Okay, I think it's fair to say he's not too bad. All right, so we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, and then maybe maybe our last segment because I'm getting quite sleepy. Okay, so okay. One last time for tonight. Oh. So today, uh, the contractors of local governments, okay, and funded by local government, they paved the road. in this neighborhood, and I was very appreciative and grateful because they paved with asphalt. That's great because before then it was just dirt road, which I don't mind, okay, but paved road is better in a sense because when cars drive by, less dirt, less dust in the air, okay, so and also less noise. Great, great, yeah. So I was very grateful, appreciative. Yeah, that's great. This is a very nice neighborhood. Okay, I'm very lucky to be in this neighborhood. It's mostly quiet, like 99%, 99.999%. It's just very quiet neighborhood, right? Yeah. So yeah, because in Alaska, okay, there are some neighborhoods they're not so quiet. Okay, so, but this neighborhood happened to be a very quiet one. Okay, so mostly 99.99%. Okay, so very good neighbors. Yeah, I'm very grateful. And yeah, plenty of space. Every now and then, residential moves, neighborhood moves, hood moves. Okay, yeah, they stop by sometimes. A couple of weeks ago, I took a round trip in my backyard, front yard. If there are any moose piles, moose dongs, or some neighborhood cats or dogs droppings, there was none. Okay, so yeah, this is a half acre lot and three-bedroom house, which is perfect for a single guy like me. Okay, so not too big, not too small. Okay, yeah, it's just perfect. So life is good. I mean, yeah, yeah. I do count my blessings. Yeah, but I'm 42 years old, right? Yeah, I can pay my mortgage, the VA guaranteed home loan, low interest rate. So how much do I pay every month for mortgage? About $1,000. Okay. Yeah, and but when I used to live in apartments, okay, it wasn't easy. Okay, because when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, it was an old apartment complex, like two-story building. Okay, I was in fourth floor, so when tenants upstairs walk, I could hear every single footstep. It wasn't fun. Okay, and one day I was a student, a college student in Madison, Wisconsin. One day I bought this punching bag that you fill with water, like this tall. Okay, yeah, it's punching bag, kicking bag. You fill with water so that it doesn't move around when you kick and punch. Okay, and my neighbors started complaining about this noise, so I got rid of it. Okay, it was not fun. Okay, so but now that I have my own house, would I like to buy that punching bag, boxing bag? No, I'd rather not. Why? It takes too much space. I mean, okay, I have a three-bedroom house, but you can never have enough space, can you? I have all this stuff. Okay, so furniture and whatnot. Let me grab a beer. All right. Yeah, Midnight Express beer. All right. Yeah. So today I got off for around 5 o'clock, right? And then I drove to Anchorage. Became 6 o'clock, and from 6 to 7, yeah, I spent time shopping for a laptop. From 7 to 8, I spent time in the restaurant, and from 8 to 9, driving back from Anchorage to the valley. And by now, it's like from 9 to 11 so far. Yeah, chatting with you right here. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So it's like 11 o'clock right now, and yeah. So my apartment days, well, I mean, wasn't always that bad. Okay, but yeah, this communal living, right? Living in an apartment, not that easy, right? Of course, I had friends in the apartment complex, my neighbors, right? Yeah, good time, bad time, okay, but just too much drama, right? Of course, some comedy too, but not too much privacy, right? So, one funny story in Fort Hood. I mean, yeah, when I was in Fort Hood, Texas, yeah, we deployed to Afghanistan and we came back, and they gave us an option. Okay, are you gonna live in the barracks or are you gonna live off base? And I chose off base, and I rented a one-bedroom apartment after we came back from Afghanistan back to Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, so after we came back, I had some house party, where apartment party. Okay, I was on the second floor. Okay, so I invited a bunch of my army guys, friends. Okay, so it was nice house party. Okay, I think we went to a bar first, maybe restaurant, something like that. So yeah, we were already well fed. Okay, went to restaurant, and then came back. Okay, and it was apartment complex. So yeah, they kind of parked somewhere here and there, and then I I thought it was okay. There was this residential parking lot to one of my friends, army buddies. Yeah, you can park here, and he did. Later on, neighbor of mine, okay, called his tow truck, and it was about to get towed, and I was like, oh no no no, let me pay the fee, okay? Let me go to gas station and give you cash. I think it was like $100 or $200 or $300. Because I asked, told my friend that it's okay to park here, and it wasn't. So I paid for the fine. Like, I think $100, $200, $300 tow truck, okay? Yeah. So it was all good, okay? But before then, yeah, it was like practice martial art kinda, okay? It was second floor, okay? Yeah, so the tenants downstairs complained, okay? Knocked on the door. Hey guys, would you just be more quiet? And yo, no problem. Okay. So we just talked. How many guys were there? Me and my buddies, okay? Let me count, okay? Or 5 guys. Or 6 guys. Including me, 6 or 7 guys, okay? Army guys, okay? We just got back from Afghanistan altogether. I showed them my guns, okay? I had 5 guns, okay? Uh, I revolver, okay? Revolver, what caliber is that? It's like something 357 Magnum or something, okay? Yeah, 38 special, something like that. Okay? They take both, okay? It's double action, okay? You can cock backward and double action, okay? Yeah. 6 shooter revolver, okay? Yeah. I love that gun, okay? And then also 380, like 007 style, 380, very small, the pistol, right? And also, yeah, 45 caliber, kind of bigger caliber pistol. And a shotgun, not 12 gauge, but 20 gauge, something smaller, okay? And a rifle is 22, right? Yeah, that I bought it from Walmart, okay? And it was so nice. It kind of looks like AR-15, M16, okay? But it's 22. Okay? Yes, it doesn't quite kick. You don't feel a thing when you shoot it, okay? Yeah, we went to gun range and stuff, right? Good time. So out of 7 people, there were 3 martial artists whose kung fu was better, way better than mine. Okay, I learned great deal from those 3 guys. Okay, one of them was very good at Muay Thai. Another one, yeah, Filipino armies. Okay, the other one, Jiu Jitsu. He was a state champion. Okay, in some state in America. Okay, oh, I learned great deal from them. They're way better than me in their martial arts skills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when we shoot guns to each other, okay, yeah, it's also empty. Bullets separate, right? It's just empty guns, okay. So yeah, yeah. Good old army buddies, right? So. Uh, good time. Yeah. When I when we deployed to Afghanistan, we were lucky. Okay, we were never once attacked. Most of us never even got outside the base. Big international army base. It was not just army. Okay, there's Air Force people, Navy people. Okay, Marines, right, and also many different countries, like from Europe, Mongolia, and some Asia, right? International base. Okay, I cannot tell you where in Afghanistan. Okay, but it was a very safe place. Okay? We were never once attacked for a whole year. Okay, yeah, we got lucky. Okay, so we'll go to like German defect because we are allowed to. Okay, they have this continental European style food. Okay, because if time allowed, yeah, we would walk all the way across the base and go to German defect to have some European food. Okay, it was good. I heard there was some Swedish defect. What is defect? It's dining facility. Right. I heard there was something Swedish defect or something, but I've never been there. Okay. And also, yeah, they sell cigarettes in this kind of like PX post exchange places. Okay, and the cigarettes were very cheap. It's like Marlboro a pack. It was like $1. Okay, great discount. Okay, so we buy some cigar. Probably not Cuban. Okay, maybe it's Canadian cigar or something. Good time, right? We go to barber shops, run by Afghanistanis locals. Okay, they're fantastic people. Okay, so yeah, they use this old school brush and foam and the blade, steel blade, stainless steel blade. Okay, because but we like that. Why? Because it's old school, and they're Afghanistani nationals. Okay, we trusted them. Okay, it's knife. Okay, oh yeah, no problem. We like that. Okay, yeah, we shaved our head, army style. Okay, oh, of course we trusted them. They're cool. Okay, they're hardworking. Afghanistani citizens. Okay, so yeah, we work together. Okay. One day I forgot my rifle. Okay, and it's loaded rifle, not cocked, but not locked, but loaded rifle. I forgot in my shower room. Okay, but some Afghanistani employees told me, "Hey man, you forgot your rifle." Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, shukran, gazilan. I spoke back then a little bit of Arabic. Right? Yeah, Pashto or Farsi, there's some similarity. Okay, maybe not Farsi. Farsi is more westernized. They use the same Arabic character, but alphabet. But Farsi is more westernized, more Indo-European kind of language. But Pashto, it has more similarity to Arabic. Okay, so yeah, when I say shukran gazilan, shukran jazilan, they understand. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, so I got my rifle back because I could have gotten in big trouble. Okay, because come on. But yeah, it happened once. Okay, but so they didn't report. They did not report me. Okay, they just told me you fire your rifle. So I went back and I took it back. Okay, but I could have gotten in big trouble. Okay, so I can tell you now why, because I'm no longer in the U.S. Army. I'm honorably discharged. Not dishonorably charged, but I was honorably discharged for 4 years active duty service. After 4 years, 4 years inactive duty. Kind of like inactive reserve. Okay, I was never got called in for 4 years. So that 8 years, 4 years active, 4 years inactive, it's done and over with. Hmm? So I can tell you all these stories. Okay, as long as it's not secret. I mean, yeah, it's kind of personal secret that I can tell you. But if it's army intelligence secret, there's something I cannot tell you. Okay, so, because we are still bound by the contract that we signed. Okay. I used to have secret clearance. Okay, when I was in the U.S. Army. Yeah, the top secret and confidential. There's three levels of secret clearance in the U.S. Army, right? But I was in the middle, secret level. Not top secret, not confidential, but secret level. Secret clearance. Yeah. Yeah. Good time. But my personal secret I can tell you because it has nothing to do with Army's intelligence, okay? It's just me being goofy, making mistakes, okay? Oh, that's something I can tell you, okay? You know what? Let's take 5 minutes break, okay? And I'll tell you some more about my experience in Afghanistan, okay? Yeah, there were. I have never seen combat zone, but I was deployed to combat zone, so I got my combat patch, and I got my membership in Veteran of Foreign War. I'm a combat veteran, and also I'm a member of American Legion, right? Yeah. All right, we take 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah, I said, I recounted this story before in the humanology series in the past, but I mean, I noticed that people in this humanology series, they only watch the newest. They don't watch all these old episodes. So, yeah, I guess I can freely tell you the stories I told before in this humanology series because people don't watch old humanology series anyways. Okay, let me tell you again then. Yeah. So me and my buddies, okay. Yeah, we went to this inside the base. Yeah, they have Afghanistani restaurant that serve authentic Afghanistani cuisine, like shish kebab. And the cooks, Afghanistanis, the locals, okay. It was one of the best food I have ever had in my life. Okay. They have this Afghanistani rice. I'm Asian. I know things or two about rice. Okay, but that Afghanistan rice was one of the best rice I've ever had in my life. Okay, and that meat was goat meat. The one of the best meat I have ever had in my life. Okay, isn't it because you are very hungry? Uh, could be, but we were well fed. Come on. When we were in Afghanistan, this international base, American defect, like once a month, okay, they would cook us beef steak. Once a month, king crab. Once a month, lobster, I think. We were very well fed. We were not that hungry at all, okay? So, it's just that we didn't have enough fruits and vegetables, okay? That's why I had constipation problem in later months of this 1 year deployment. Okay, it was bad. Yeah, constipation. Okay. Oh boy, it was literally pain in the keister. Okay, later months. Okay, not the whole year, but later 3 months, 2 3 months. Yeah, it was very bad. Okay, but after I got back to Fort Hood, Texas, it got healed up. No problem. Okay, so I don't have any problem with that. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, Afghanistan restaurant, it was amazing cuisine. Okay, best rice, best meat. Okay, it was magical, fantastic cooks, culinary art. Wow, and the Afghanistan embroidery, right? They make like scarves, carpets, right? I mean, carpets are more expensive. It was beyond my salary level. But yeah, scarves. I did buy scarves and yeah, sent to my relatives. Okay, yeah, something small. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, or tablecloth, that kind of embroidery. Okay, but not the carpet. That's more expensive. That's beyond my salary level. Okay, beyond my pay grade. So. But yeah, like that Afghanistan, Persia, they're kind of close together. So yeah, carpentry is very famous there, right? Yeah, yeah. So when we were in Afghanistan, we did everything. Okay, we did gate guard, right? With full gear, we have this Kevlar bulletproof Kevlar helmet. Okay, and bulletproof vest. They call IOTV. What does it stand for? IOTV? Some tactical vest, I guess. It's not input output. No, no. IOTV. I don't recall. I used to know. Right. Yeah, bulletproof vest and right this army boots and everything. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Loaded M16 of course. Well, loaded M16. We carried 24/7 for 1 year. 24/7. We slept right next to it. We go to dining facility, defect. We go to restroom. We go to shower room. It was required, mandatory. Okay. Yeah, also extra magazine. Okay. Fully loaded. Yeah, yeah. M16. Not a single incident happened. Every single one of us carried loaded assault weapon for whole year, 24/7. Not a single incident happened. Okay, because we are trained in arms. Okay, yeah, we learned well from basic combat training. I was in Fort Benning, Georgia. Okay, so yeah, not a single incident. Okay, because we are very well trained. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, but other guys, girls, they went to Fort Jackson. Is it South Carolina or something? I don't know. Or Fort Sill, Oklahoma, I guess. Or Fort Leonard, is it in Kansas or something? I don't know. But I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, the home of infantry. Okay, it was not co-ed back then. This is all boys, all male drill sergeants. We had like one female nurse, something like that. Okay, and she was very tough. Okay, yeah. So in Fort Benning, Georgia, not many females. Okay, maybe some admin staffs. Okay, but all the drill sergeants they are males. All the soldiers males. Okay, so it was how it was back then. There was back in 2009 when I joined the US Army. So after 3 months of basic combat training, army boot camp. Okay, yeah, some of us went to Fort Gordon, Georgia. So Fort Benning, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, right? Fort Gordon, Georgia, that's Augusta, Georgia, like golfing town, right? So we went there, and then we get to finally see some females, like female sergeants, right? Female soldiers, right? Yeah, Fort Gordon was co-ed, okay. Uh, it was like ordnance corps, signal corps right next to each other. I was in ordnance corps, something like that. Okay, so my job was electrician for helicopters. Okay, so yeah, we learned like so. This basic combat training is everybody, right? We learn how to shoot a gun properly. We also learn how to toss this grenade and stuff. Okay. Yeah. And then Fort Gordon, Georgia, that's more like our specialty, MOS, military occupational specialty. Okay. So yeah, after that, okay, so from Fort Benning to Fort Gordon, okay, it was like crossing the Jordan River because Fort Gordon compared to Fort Benning, it was like paradise, the promised land. Okay, we can have take more time eating in dining facility. Okay, in basic combat training, we have to eat very fast, right? Yeah, Fort Gordon, Georgia, yeah, it's more nice and relaxed. AIT, okay, so yeah. So after that, I was in Fort Hood, Texas. Some of us we went to Fort Hood, Texas, and then some of my colleagues of mine found some YouTube video. Okay, it was some Asian guy, Asian soldier in basic combat training, dropping this grenade, but it's not real grenade, but it's like kind of fake grenade, kind of training purpose, kind of like firecracker, not the real bomb, right? Yeah, some Asian American soldier, kind of looking like geeky and gooky, okay, nerdy, kind of, right? Kind of like me, right? So in this YouTube video, he dropped this training purpose, this firecracker grenade by mistake, and it just popped. It was like, who? Okay. So some buddies of mine showed this to me, and they told me Hey, it's you. And I said, no, it's not me. No, I did not drop. I remember basic combat training. Yeah, we had this firecracker grenade throwing training. After that, we trained with the real grenade. Like, you pull out the pin and you throw it, right? Yeah, I remember every single second of that because it was intense. No, I didn't drop anything. That was me. That was not me. And my body said, no, it was you. Look at you. Look at him. Okay, you kind of look the same Asian, kind of geeky, nerdy, kind of awkward. About same height, same skin tone, and same hair color, whatever. Okay, that was you. Hey man, you guys, you Americans. Okay, you think we Asians look all the same, right? We all look geeky. Yeah, we are nerdy. Okay, but that was not me because I did not drop anything when I was in grenade training. Okay? So I remember every single second. Waiting in a long line, okay? I remember every single second of it, okay? I don't smoke marijuana, okay? I have very good photographic memory, okay? When it comes to intense moment like that. I mean, we are training with grenade. Yeah, fake grenade for training purpose is just firecracker inside, okay? And then real grenade, okay? I did not drop anything. No, that was me. It's just another Asian American guy. You Americans, okay? You think we Asians we do all the same, right? Yeah. So when I was in law school, after that, I mean, after U.S. Army, I went to law school in Michigan. Okay. Yeah, the cross-racial, trans-racial facial recognition is notoriously erroneous. Have you? I mean, when I was in Asia, Korea, okay, we look at this Olympic soccer game or international soccer game, World Cup, whatever, right? And we see Caucasians, they will look the same, okay? We are just Asians, okay? So in our Asiatic eyes, Oriental eyes, okay? We see Caucasian soccer players, they will look the same. We see some Middle Easterns, they will look all the same. We see some African soccer players, they look all the same, okay? So we're that different race, right? We are Asians. So when we look white people, black people, brown people, so they was just white people they will look the same, black people will look the same, and some Middle Eastern people they will look the same. Okay, that's how it is. So across the races, facial recognition become very erroneous. Okay, so that's what it was. No, I did not drop any grenade. That wasn't me. That was not me. Okay, so these buddies of mine, they probably knew, right? They're just teasing me. I was like, you guys. Racists. You guys are freaking racist, okay? Playing racist on me, okay? Come on. We'll just laugh it off, okay? So, yeah, we played racial jokes to each other, okay? With the U.S. Army, yeah, you have Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Jewish Americans, Middle Eastern Americans, Arabic Americans, and Indian Americans, and Asian Americans, okay? Yeah, we between friends, we say racial jokes. Why? Because we are friends, okay? So, not just in the army, when I was in college and graduate school, yeah. Between friends, yeah. Racial jokes, okay? Because we belong to different races and we joke about each other's races. No problem, okay? Why? Because we are buddies, we are friends. Okay? Yeah. I mean, the army, in the job setting, between we all guy friends, yeah, racial jokes, okay, sometimes. I cannot speak for ladies because I'm not a lady, okay? But between us guys in school, military, job setting, racial jokes, no problem. Okay. We make fun of each other's races. Okay? Yeah, no problem. I mean, that's what friends are for. We tease each other, right? Yeah. We don't get offended. We just laugh it off. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's been 2 hours already. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? Hey, it's Friday night. Tomorrow's Saturday. I don't have to wake up early. But, okay. Yeah. We'll take 5 minutes, okay? So, story time. Good. Okay. Let me put some more vodka in there. I can tell you more about your army story or something else. I don't know. Okay. So you just play it by ear. Some lint. Mm. Okay. Yeah, it's Alaskan crowberries and blueberries. Okay. Yeah. Natural cocktail, I guess. Shaken but not stirred. Right, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can tell some more about interesting army stories, right? Yeah. So I was after basic combat training (BCT) and advanced individual training (AIT). So basic combat training it was like 3 months. AIT about 6 months. Okay. Yeah. After that I was uh, stationed at Fort Hood, Texas. Okay. Yeah, the great place. I loved it. Okay. Yeah, and nowadays, yeah, COVID-19. So there are a lot of incidents in year 2020 in Fort Hood, Texas. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so I guess this lockdown. It's not just Fort Hood, Texas. It's also Fort Bragg, North Carolina too. There's some news about that. Okay, so yeah, all these incidents. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, most likely COVID-19 related is lockdown and soldiers getting bored. I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright. So when I was in Fort Hood, Texas in 2010, yeah, I had a great time there. Okay, so there was this snapping turtle. It was digging. It was pretty big, like foot long, like this big. Okay, snapping turtle in Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, inside the base. It was digging down this fence, metallic fence line. Okay, this grid. Okay, diagonal, right? You wanted to get across this fence. It was digging down under the fence. Okay, I picked it up. Okay, how many pounds? Maybe I don't know. Maybe 10, 20 pounds. And he started hissing at me, and he stared at me like. So I guess that's turtle snapping turtle language. I guess he was like, "You Asian, why are you picking me up? I work. I'm busy now. Why do you have to? Did you have to pick me up? You Asian, go back to your country. You're not American. I am American. I'm snapping turtle, born and raised for generations. But you don't even speak good English. You speak a word I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, go back to your country and put me down, and let me keep digging." And go get across this fence. Hmm? I guess that's what this turtle was saying in his own language. Like, yeah, big turtle, like foot, at least foot long. Okay, it's like Subway sandwich, foot long sandwich. It was that big. Okay, and they can be dangerous. Snapping turtle. Oh, they can be dangerous. Okay, so. And some Americans make good turtle soup too. I heard about that. I never had turtle meat or turtle soup, but I heard it's really good. Okay. But I didn't take it back to my barracks and made a turtle soup. No. It's too much work. Okay, I have to wash them, right, and cut them, and no, too much work, right? I'd rather go to Walmart, buy some canned salmon, microwave it. This how I would prefer because canned salmon is already pre-cooked, scaled, deboned. What I gotta do is put it in some plastic container and microwave it. Okay? I'm a single guy. Okay, so that's how I cook it. Okay, so yeah, my roommates may complain about this salmon, this fishy smell, but yeah, whatever. Hey man, man's gotta eat. Okay, so so yeah, this turtle. Okay, I picked it up. Why? Why does it take a minute to guess why I picked up this turtle? Okay, take a guess. Okay, yeah. I give you a minute. Good old days. It was like back in 2010, so it was like 10 years ago. Not that long ago, huh? Yeah, wasn't that long ago. I'm 42 now, so I was 32. Okay, a decade ago. Ah. I give you a minute, okay? Yeah, take a guess. What's the reason I picked up this turtle? Snapping turtle. Maybe a couple of reasons. Okay. First reason, I just wanted to. Maybe out of curiosity, okay? I just picked it up. And it was snapping. It tried to snap my finger or whatever. Yeah, so what? Okay, yeah, I picked up on the side, okay, with both hands, okay. But it got long neck, so it was like trying to snap my finger. I guess that's why they called them snapping turtles, right? Yeah. That's why I picked it up, yeah. I guess out of curiosity, okay. And then I tossed it over the fence. And it landed safely and soundly. Not upside down, but right side up. And it looked at me. And it started walking. I kind of felt sorry, okay? You know what? Yeah, digging under the fence in this military installation, well, it's kind of like a security violation and security hazard, okay? If there's fence, there's good reason. You don't want any hole under the fence, okay? But that was not the reason, okay? The reason was, yeah, I kind of felt sorry for this turtle, trying to get to the other side of the fence. So I did it a favor. Toss it over. Landed is all grassy, okay? It's very grassy, puffy, cushiony, okay? It didn't get injured at all, alright? I tossed it over the fence and then it landed right side up. Looked at me, maybe it was thanking me, okay? It walked away. No harm done. I did him or I don't know what gender this turtle was, okay? I don't know. But that turtle, I guess it looked at me, maybe it was its own language, turtle language of thanking me for helping that turtle out, okay? Yeah, it walked away, okay? So, no harm done, no injury, no nothing, okay? So, that was West Fort Hood. Okay, back in the day, it's used called a clean base. Okay, yeah, there are some Air Force personnel there. Is like airport. Okay, because my job was avionics. Okay, electrician for helicopters. Okay, yeah, the hangars. Okay, for Air Force. This was C-130 or whatever, big airplane. Okay, yeah, I've been in that airplane where we were going back and forth from Afghanistan. Okay. Yeah. And very noisy, very loud. But it's spectacular when it flies because it's such a big airplane. Okay. I mean, you can lift up its frontal part and get in some cars or LMTV, Humvee, whatever. Okay. It's spectacular Air Force airplane. Okay. But yeah, we did transport inside of C-130 whatever. Okay, it's very bumpy, and the seats there is not cushiony at all. Okay, it's kind of not very comfortable airplane to ride on. Okay, and very noisy. Okay, so yeah, West Fort Hood. It was in Copperas Cove. Okay, so yeah, that's where we was stationed at before the deployment for a year. Okay, so West Fort Hood 1 year, then Afghanistan 1 year, and back to Fort Hood 1 year, and after the deployment, we was stationed in the main Fort Hood base. Okay, some airfield. I don't remember the airfield name. Okay, so named after some general, I guess. Okay. None of the things I'm telling you is army intelligence secret. Okay, it's just public knowledge. Okay. So yeah, And in Copperas Cove, they had this off the base. They had this wonderful Chinese restaurant. Okay, and they cook this Korean, yeah, black noodle is Peking noodle, Beijing. Okay, yeah, Peking means Beijing. Okay, so yeah, like Peking duck, fantastic, right? Yeah. So black noodle, like it's bean paste, like soy sauce, it become black, right? It comes from soybean, something like Asiatic soybean, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, black noodle is based on bean paste. Okay, and that's invention of China. But some Chinese cooks migrated to Korea several hundred years ago, and so this Koreanized black noodle is called jjajangmyeon in Korean language. Okay, originated from China, and some Chinese cooks came to Korea, and it became Koreanized black noodle. Originally, Beijing, Peking black noodle. Okay, and in this Copperas Cove, kind of suburb of Fort Hood, Texas, Clean, Texas. Okay, there's this Chinese restaurant. Okay, they can cook Korean style black noodle, and it was amazing. They even cooked Americanized kimchi with regular American cabbage, not Napa cabbage, but regular American cabbage. Okay, and it was so good. Okay, so I'll go there like once a week. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's so good. But the restaurant owner, the cooks, waiters, good friends of mine back then. Okay, I, they are Chinese Americans. Okay, amazing cooks. Okay, oh my goodness, so they were so good. And in this, around the Fort Hood, Texas, yeah, there are Korean restaurants too. Very good Korean restaurants. Okay, yeah. So after work, I was still wearing army uniform, army combat uniform, ACU, right? Yeah, and some American couple, aged couple, they're Caucasians. Okay, uh, they pay for my dinner because they wanted to express their appreciation of me being a serviceman, right? So I thanked them. Okay, so it was Korean restaurant. Okay, yeah, yeah, very fond memories, right? Yeah, good old Texans, very nice people. Okay, yeah. So that was, I think that was before the deployment. Okay, after the deployment, yeah, I came back. We came back to Fort Worth, Texas, and that was my last year. Okay, first 1 year basic combat training, advanced engineer training, about 1 year. Okay, then 1 year pre-deployment, Fort Worth, Texas. Third year, Afghanistan. Fourth year, Fort Worth, Texas. That was my final year. Okay, so during my final year in Fort Worth, Texas, yeah, I was studying for LSAT. I studied for LSAT in Afghanistan. Okay, so when we came back to Fort Worth, Texas, yeah, I took LSAT and I got decent score, 171 out of 180. Okay, it's like top 30% in America. Law school candidates. Okay, yeah, I got decent score. Yeah, I applied to law schools. I got admitted. Okay, and I chose University of Michigan Law School. Okay, yeah, what other schools admitted me? I'll tell you in 5 minutes. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, so, Yeah, I tell you. Because there's no secrecy about this. There's no need for secrecy, okay? It's not public record, but I can tell you, okay? So there's no need for secrecy, okay? So give me 5 minutes, okay? Alright. Okay. So when I was in U.S. Army, I was studying for LSAT because, yeah, I wanted to go to law school, and my superiors and colleagues, they supported me. Okay, my plan to go to law school. So yeah, my sergeants, non-commissioned officers, and officers, commissioned officers, and also warrant officers, WO, CO, NCO, they all supported me and they would write me recommendation letters. Also, my former bosses, former professors, yeah, they wrote me recommendation letters. So I applied, and I got accepted to multiple law schools in America. One of them was Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay, some other ones, Vanderbilt in Tennessee, and University of Minnesota, and University of Texas, Austin. Okay, yeah, yeah. I chose Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay, I've never been to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Oh, I was also accepted to NYU, New York University, in Manhattan. Okay, yeah, but they didn't offer me any scholarship. Okay, Vanderbilt, yeah, they did offer me scholarship, but they're private school, so the tuition was way too high. Okay, so what others? University of Minnesota. I think it's in Twin City, maybe in Minneapolis. I'm not sure. But yeah, they also offer me full tuition. Okay, but the thing is, my tuition is already free because I got my GI Bill, post 9/11 GI Bill, and Yellow Ribbon program. So my law school tuition is covered. So I asked them, okay, so University of Minnesota Law School kindly and generously offered me full tuition coverage. Okay, and I asked them to admission officials. Well, but the thing is, I already got my full tuition coverage by U.S. Army, post 9/11 GI Bill and Yellow Ribbon program. So, can I take that money? And they said no. Oh, okay. Does that mean I have to pay for my own living expenses? So I don't get any extra money? And they said, yeah, I don't get any extra money. Yeah. Okay. And University of Texas, Austin, yeah, they did offer me some scholarship too, okay, but not full time, full tuition coverage, okay. So, but when it comes to partial scholarship, like $10,000 per year or something like that, okay, for 3 years, yeah, I can get that money, although I get post 9/11 job, all my tuition is covered. I get stipends. What is stipend? Yeah, monthly expense to pay the rent and food. GI Bill, post 9/11 GI Bill is that powerful. Okay, it pay for your tuition. On top of that, it pay for your living expenses, stipends. Okay, so post 9/11 GI Bill is amazing benefit. Okay, so yeah. Well, you have to be admitted to some school to get that benefit, right? So when it comes to some scholarship, not full time entirety of tuition coverage, some smaller money, yeah, you get to have that. Okay, so I got that in University of Texas, Austin, and University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and I compared the price and compared the living expenses. I did some calculation, and it turned out that yeah, Ann Arbor, Michigan, I get to pocket more money because I was also offered scholarship from U of M, Wolverine. Okay, and I got some offer from University of Texas Austin, but living expense in Austin, Texas is higher compared to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay, that was kind of one of the reasons I chose Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yeah, money. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, University of Minnesota, great law school. Okay, and they offered me full 100% tuition exemption. But because my U.S. Army pay for 100% tuition, I asked them, "Would you give me that money, 100% tuition to me?" And they said no, because they don't allow this double money, right? Double dipping. Okay, but University of Texas, Austin, and University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, it's not full 100% tuition coverage. It's just like dean scholarship, like some thousands of dollars per year. Okay, and they'll give it to me on top of this GI Bill. So I was comparing between Austin, Texas, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, and living expenses. Okay, I did calculation. Okay, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, yeah, I get to pocket more money. That was, that was one of the reasons I picked Ann Arbor, Michigan. And plus, there are some other reasons. Okay, I mean, for Texas is in Texas. I've been to Austin many times. Austin, Texas. Okay, yeah, big party town, right? Yeah, great bars and restaurants, whatever. Okay, cafes. I get it. Because I've been there many times when I was stationed in Fort Worth, Texas. 1 year before deployment, 1 year after deployment. Okay, so I experienced enough Texas. Okay, but Michigan, I have never been there before. Right, and there was another reason. Right? Also, Ann Arbor, Michigan Law School is like kind of fringe top 10. It's sometimes nines, tens, 11s. You know, it was also top 10. Okay, another reason. When it comes to Vanderbilt in Tennessee and NYU, New York University, Manhattan, okay, uh, they are private institutions, okay, the tuition, law school tuition is way too high, so my GI bill doesn't quite cover 100% of that, right? Vanderbilt, they offer some small scholarship, but even then, scholarship and GI bill doesn't quite cover 100% of tuition, law school tuition. NYU, New York University is like way up in the top 10 law school, right? Maybe fifth, okay? Yeah, it's Manhattan, New York, okay? It got some prestige there, okay? That was year 2013, okay? Yeah, but they did not offer me any scholarship, and my job can not quite cover this high tuition, so yeah. It was partially about money because I don't want to have student debt. I've been in debt before when I was in Los Angeles, California. Computer programmer. I was making a movie, Therapy for Metaphobia. I purchased this Panasonic DVX mini DV, semi quasi professional camera, very good camera. Okay, it does this 24p. It's a digital camera, but it kind of imitates 24 film per second, whatever frame per second, right? Yeah, it was amazing. 24p is like squeezed. Okay, it's very good camera. Okay, Panasonic DVX. Okay, very popular among these independent filmmakers back then. Back in like 2007, 2008. Okay, when I was in Los Angeles, California. Yeah, when I bought that camera, it's like $2,700, like 3 grand. I had to take out that loan, right? So I've been there, done that. Okay, been on in debt. So stressful. Okay, having a loan. Oh my goodness, very stressful. Right? So I didn't want to go back there. Okay, so when I go to law school, no student loan. Okay, that's one of the reasons I picked and choose Ann Arbor, Michigan. Second reason, never been to Michigan back then. Okay. Third reason, yeah, it's top 10 law school still. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I am very calculating. Okay, but all different angles. Okay, yeah, multiple reasons. Yeah, like magnifying glass. Okay, convergence. You have this convex magnifying glasses. Okay, yeah, convergence of all different reasons, different angles. Okay, so yeah, that was Ann Arbor, Michigan. I can tell you some more about this arrival at the Ann Arbor, Michigan Law School. Okay, because that's very interesting story. I told about this in previous maybe 2 years ago in humanology episode, but I noticed that people don't watch all the episodes here. Okay, so one more thing before I forget. Okay, yeah, I have many friends. Okay, so many also close friends. Okay, they tell me, "Hey, you see that one person who's watching your episode, humanized episode? That's me." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. God bless you for generations to come. Thank you." But several friends of mine, also my family members, okay, told me the same thing. Okay, so yeah, and I'm eternally grateful to all of you for being that one person who watched this episode, humanized episode. Okay? But in all honesty, yeah, multiple friends of mine and family members of mine said the same thing. Okay, so there's one more than one person watching this. Okay, but I thank you all because to me you are like angel investors. Yeah, like in Silicon Valley, right? Angel investors. Okay, to me you are like angels from God. You're very much like my parental figures. You're like my parents. Unconditional love, kind of. Okay. But yeah, several friends of mine, family members of mine, said that, hey, do you see that one person who keeps on watching your humanized episode? That was me. Oh, yeah, of course it was you, and I thank you, okay. But multiple friends of mine and multiple family members of mine told me that. Okay. So by now, I can tell there's more than one person watching these episodes. Okay, hey, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being blunt, but I'm eternally grateful to you because you mean the universe to me, and I'm eternally grateful. And may God bless you for generations to come. Because I'm indebted. I cannot possibly repay you. All I can do is pray for you so that God, high and almighty God, He's my guarantor of this loan that if I cannot repay you for your kindness and generosity, my guarantor God, He will pay for you with eternal blessings for generations and generations and generations to come. Okay? Yeah, you got God's blessing. Okay, so that's better than money. Okay, because it's God. Infinity. And you have that blessing. Okay, so thank you. Let's have 5 minutes break. Okay, so. Yeah, it's a nice story time, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What time is it? Past midnight. No problem. It's Saturday morning, Friday night. No problem. Okay, so yeah, Midnight Express, never ending story. Okay, U.S. Army in Fort Hood, Texas to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Afghanistan, okay, yeah, I studied for LSAT, Low School Admission Test. Even before that, even before U.S. Army, when I was a computer programmer in Los Angeles, California, I studied for LSAT, okay. Yeah, I studied for LSAT for years. It was tough cookie, not an easy test, okay, so. Because English is not my first language, okay, it's my second language, right? And logic part, logical reasoning, that was not difficult at all because I major in computer science, bachelor of science. Okay. Yeah, mathematics, logic, yeah. But the reading comprehension, you have to read very fast. That was very difficult. Okay. Oh my gosh. Because English is my not my first language, so reading very fast in English language, that was very difficult. When I was a computer programmer in Los Angeles, California, right? Yeah, after work, I had a full-time job as a computer programmer, okay, in Los Angeles, right? And after work, I would go to a cafe. I would have triple espresso because I have full-time job as a computer programmer, okay? So after work, I would go to a cafe. I would just doze off. Oh, triple shot of triple espressos, please. And oh, okay, okay. Now I'm awake. So I would do this LSAT studying and I would doze off again. After an hour, I would just drive back home. Efficiency studio apartment in North Hollywood, okay. Then I took a test in Los Angeles, California, LSAT. But I started having this headache, okay, so I canceled that exam. Alright. After that, I was in Los Angeles, California for 3 years, okay. I made a movie, I mean, I filmed it, but put in the storage. Because I didn't quite finish editing, okay. Just put in the storage, okay. Then I joined the US Army, okay. Yeah, forget about filming, forget about computer programming, forget about law school. Let's do something more physical, like push-ups and sit-ups and 2 mile run. And I did, okay. So, yeah. 1 year in Georgia and 1 year in Texas, just before we deployed to Afghanistan as a unit in Fort Hood, Texas, okay. Yeah, I finished editing this film because I one holiday weekend, like July 4th, I drove my car to Los Angeles, California. I forgot my key to the locker in this tamper-proof lock in the storage unit. Okay, I was like, but I got my credentials. The storage unit is identification card, and so I got in and I rented both locker from Home Depot in North Hollywood, California. Okay, and it took me about 3 hours to millimeter, centimeter, eighth of inch, little by little. Okay, just cutting off this tamper-proof round lock because I forgot to bring the key to it. Okay, so and it broke open. Okay, after 3 hours or so. Okay, of course I got permission. They know me. Okay, I got identification. But it took me 3 hours. I took a picture. I did broke back this broke open this tamper-proof lock. I mean, I don't have it with me. I don't even have the picture with me. Okay. In time, it got lost. Okay, but I brought back all this camera, tripod, desktop computer, and raw footage in mini DV, all brought back to Fort Worth, Texas, and I did finish editing, and I submitted to some 50 different film festivals, and then we deployed to Afghanistan. Romantic, right? Yeah. So we were in Afghanistan 1 year, and then we came back to Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, so all this time, yeah, I was studying for LSAT law school admission test. So after about 1 or 2 months, we came back to Fort Worth, Texas from Afghanistan. I took test LSAT test in Fort Worth, Texas, nearby town. Okay, and I finished it up and got good score. And I applied to law schools, and they gave me admission. Okay, good. I picked Michigan Law School, and I was okay. And then I have still 1 year left before I get out, right? So yeah, full time job as a soldier, okay. 40 hours a week. After that, what do I do? So I started reading these law books, okay, like $5 each, used old editions from Amazon.com. Yeah, you have contract law, tort law, constitutional law. Yeah, case books, right? Yeah, read law. That's how it used to be back then. Back in the days in 1800s, like Abraham Lincoln's day, there was no law school. It's like more apprenticeship or independent study. They read law, just case books and whatever. Right? I did the same thing. Okay, I was studying, just buying this $5 per old edition case books. Okay, constitutional, contract law, tort law, corporate law, evidence law, or criminal law, or civil procedure, criminal procedure. What others? Yeah, estate, wills, right? Yeah, all this kind of bar exam topic, this core law school topic, kind of mandatory. Okay, yeah, read those books, and then I kind of ran into this blogosphere. Okay, patent bar exam, intellectual property. So I ran into it again, and then I started studying because my major is computer science. Okay, yeah, to be a patent agent, yeah, you have to, for your college, major in some science, natural science, physical science, or engineering. Okay, yeah, my major is computer science. They were like kind of, it's kind of in between. It's not quite science. It's not quite engineering. So kind of in between. So they asked us more requirement. Okay, you need to take biology class, mathematics, physics, chemistry, and I did. I guess, yeah, sent them my transcript from University of Madison, Wisconsin, one of my alma maters. Okay, yeah, so yeah, okay, you're cleared. Yeah, study patent law, intellectual property law, and take this exam. Okay, and I did. There was like two days or 1 day after I got out of the U.S. Army. Fort Worth, Texas, Clinton, Texas. Okay, and I took that exam online with proctors, this exam room, right? In, I think it was Waco, Texas. I think they have Baylor College. They also have very good law school there. Okay, I think it was Waco, Texas. Okay, about 3 hours north of Clinton, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, so I took it because I've been studying for patent bar exam for a year. Okay, independently. I did not take any thousands of dollars of course. No. I bought some books. Okay, couple of $100. Okay, patent law, intellectual property. Yeah, not exactly like trademark or copyright, but somewhat similar. Okay, so and I passed. It was pass or fail. Okay, Elsa is not pass or fail. Okay, yeah, this movie was Legally Blonde. Oh, she passed LSAT. Essay is not pass or fail, okay? It's a sliding scale. Oh, these Hollywood filmmakers, they don't know what they're talking about, okay? But pattern by exam, it was pass or fail, right? When I passed, okay? I was staying in a motel in Waco, Texas. So after I passed the pattern by exam, yeah, I'm licensed patent agent. Now I'm patent attorney on paper because I don't practice patent law. Okay, because I studied too much of that. Okay, so after I passed this patent by exam, I called my parents in Seoul, South Korea, and hey, I passed it, and they told me, yeah, congratulations.